What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. I was taking a look at Axis 20 franchise mode, and I gotta say, yes, the football is a little bit large here, but other than that, the user interface on this is super clean. They've really done a good job at making these screens easy to navigate and understand, and before they were a little bit cluttered. But I want to say, this is why we need independent developers, because Danny Juganis came up with an idea that I think any professional sports game has to have. Now, before now, the standard of roster changes has been done through a fantasy draft. But Danny has came up with an idea that, in my opinion, if you put into a professional sports game like an NHL or a Madden, random rosters essentially just takes every team and rebuilds them randomly. So all of a sudden, you've got maybe the Packers with an elusive back run scheme. Maybe you've got Tom Brady in Buffalo. So to be able to go through and actually have a unique league and a unique experience without the necessity of a fantasy draft, which we know teams can have failure points in draft logic, but rather just be able to see the game intelligently rebuild and create teams with players would be really cool, at least for me, to have. I think I've always been one that kind of strays away from the fantasy draft aspect of football games because I know the draft logic, at least in Madden, has been relatively flawed and you get really weird teams. But if they could somehow implement it where you could have something like this, where rather than a fantasy draft, you're just handed the keys to a random team. You know, this is a power run team. This is an air raid team. I think that would be a really dynamic way to create a football game with some unique replay value. And this is why we have to have these independent games in the marketplace, because everyone has different ideas. Everyone has different concepts. And thankfully, we have people in this marketplace that are willing to put them in games. And hopefully, they get brought into others. Love to know your opinions on this. If you didn't watch yesterday, I put up some beta footage of this game using the NFL mod, which is only on PC. Even though I tell you guys that, some people still get confused. Appreciate you watching this video, and I will be back in the week with more commentary.